Welcome back, guys, advocates for justice, foreclosure defense, paralegal service. I'm Coach Neighbors. Today, we're going to talk about how to reply to the attorney's response to your lawsuit. Apparently, this is freaking out a lot of people. So I want to tell you, before we even get started, you need to relax. We're keeping it simple. And when you keep it simple, it closes the door for arguing. Most people have huge fear and anxiety about structuring your reply to their response. But before we get started on that, we need to mention a couple of things. One, please subscribe down below and click that bell so you don't miss anything when we post our new videos. The fear and anxiety you're having is from when you were doing things in their conventional foreclosure defense strategy. People forget the conventional foreclosure defense strategy was structured by the same attorneys that are trying to steal your property. Now, I'm going to teach you how to keep it simple. You probably heard me say this many times in my videos. If you've been studying my videos, keep it simple. You want to keep it simple so you can be driver of the bus. When you file your jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit, you would be jamming the attorneys up all but good. So you will need to remain focused on your jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit. You are challenging the court's jurisdiction because the foreclosure defense statute is missing the three elements it needs to be considered a valid law. The foreclosure statute is not a valid law and cannot provide jurisdiction to the court to proceed with the case. You're also claiming part of the original contract is missing from the contract the attorneys filed in the state court case. When you challenge jurisdiction, you cannot allow the attorney to discuss anything else. If you allow them to discuss anything other than the jurisdiction issues, you would be giving the court permission to proceed without them proving jurisdiction on the record. It's real funny how that works. And if you'll look back on how things went, that's why if you challenge jurisdiction, they're going to try and state the issue and talk about anything other than the jurisdiction. And that's where you need to keep them right on the target. We're going to take a look at the first page of the attorney's response to the wrongful foreclosure lawsuit. And I'm thinking that's all we're going to need to look at. Give me a minute. Let me open up the share window. Now, keep in mind, we want to keep it simple. Check out the first page of the attorney's response. The attorney's response on the first paragraph right here. In the first paragraph, they talk about he's dismissing pursuant to KSA section 60-212B6. And that's when he's moving to dismiss for failure to state a claim or failure to state a cause of action. Well, that's going to be a problem for them because we're challenging the jurisdiction of the court. Jurisdiction can be challenged at any time, before, after, during, up to 15 years after. So we're going to challenge jurisdiction right out the gate. They're not used to that. You know, they say things like, oh, that's improper or whatever. We're not attorneys and we don't have to follow what's proper or improper. We can follow what's going to be fair for you. Now, the first paragraph, as far as I would go, is smash them. Remember, you're challenging the jurisdiction statute is missing the three elements needed to be a valid law. And the statute the attorneys are trying to use to dismiss is also not a valid law to provide jurisdiction to the court. So I'd move to strike their whole document because of that. You can see how powerful challenging the jurisdiction is. Your challenge needs to be at the beginning, at the gate. You challenge jurisdiction, they're going to have problems because everything that they're doing is built off of fraud. Now you can see you do not have to cover all the stuff they talk about. They just go on and on and on for pages talking about this and that and bringing up all these case laws. And you know what? If you took the time to look up those case laws, you'll find that over half of them don't even apply. They're just blowing smoke. The attorneys never answer to your claim on the merits. So anything they file, you can move to dismiss or strike because they never argue the statute's invalidity or the missing part of the original contract. They never argue either one of those. They never argue the issue of state citizenship. If you're a state citizen and they don't have an injured party, then they don't have jurisdiction over you. The statutory jurisdiction, no. At the end of the day, you're going to be attacking the judge for allowing attorneys to represent themselves and the law firm, and for helping the attorneys by dismissing your claim on some BS. That's what it's going to come down to. You'll see. and we have a program for that. What you're going to be doing is blowing up their state court case before you file your lawsuit in the federal court. And you're going to be using my special jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit. Now, if you followed the course instructions, you will have no problem answering because you're going to stick to the two main issues we focused on. Another thing I want to tell you guys, we just launched our first online course. It's going to be our first online course for judicial foreclosure defense. We're going to walk through all of the steps that's necessary for filing the documents. And we're going to review each of the documents in the videos, and it's going to be very comprehensive. So if you guys are interested in taking a look at that, follow the link down below. I'll leave a link to teachable.com, and it's looking pretty nice. So if you guys are interested in that, this is a way to get extra help. And I'll see you in the next video. We're going to talk about the course and what you can expect to get out of it.